Again.
Anyway, we're here today on Wednesday, and I'm going to start out with just a little bit of reading, and then we'll get into some movement. This is a scientific method, okay? In other words, just open and trust the universe to put you on the right page for where you are this moment. So here we are. Okay. Okay, this is here. This is again the secret teachings. Heaven and earth are telling us to live in the present by following the great way, not to long for some future world in the afterlife. Dwell in the eternal here and now. Live wholeheartedly in the present reality. Be receptive to unlimited existence. The past, present, and future are all contained in the resonance of life. We are in the center of creation and nowhere else. So that's the lot right there. Um, I guess in some sense, the last part's the key of it. By being right here, right now, we are the center, the focal point for creation right in this moment. And that's probably a pretty important thing. I tend to get caught up in situations and everything like that. But to really, truly be present in this moment, right here, right now, is the basis of meditation. Probably some other things. But if you are, for example, well, everybody is a creator. But I get so caught up in situations and complexes that that's obscured. But to the degree we are not here or obsessed with the past or looking for something in the future, we give up being that center, that cutting edge of creation right here, right now. So that's a pretty important lesson. One of the things that we read a little while back was, know your center is a point in space. Now trace yourself as a circle. In some sense, find your center, create yourself in that moment around that center. So to some degree, we are all creators, and the degree to which we can focus on the here and now, that is crucial. And yes, we get caught up in the activities of the I and what's going on in the world, but to just maintain as best we can that feeling of being at the center of creation here and now. So read a couple more, okay? When beginners first encounter the brilliance of this gem of a teaching, they have a hard time appreciating it. So we tend to get busy and lose focus. Their minds are not open and their power is weak. Therefore, in training, you must develop a reflective mind and build your spirit. The degree to which I, in that activity, the interior dialogue dominates, the mind is clouded. My mind is clouded by I. What mind is, oftentimes is best understood by getting a fullness through the body, then the mind starts to kind of fill in as more possibility, space, imagination. Focus happens when we're busy. So the degree to which we're in that interior dialogue, he's just saying our power is weak. and the power to create. I'm so consumed by activities and situations. Um, One of the things that, oh, just the crisis. This is a crisis, but crisis also is opportunity. So the degree to which we're able to recognize that and the opportunity to create, remake, transform is crucial. Okay, and just maybe a little bit more. Um, you need to control your passions and foster the Boo spirit. I think mainly what happens is when we're here, uh, we we get very emotional, okay? Which is different than feeling. And the translations are kind of, I mean, you would have to kind of go back to the Japanese, and for that I'd probably have to talk to Laura and Hare or Mary Heine or Linda Holiday, really. But passion is good. But when you follow that passion by being here and now in the moment and realize that you are a creator, then that passion propels you. And situations and the I tend to dull that passion. We did a session, I think it was Saturday, where we went into the whole thing about love. Well, when your passion is behind something, that's what you love. And you follow that. You're on track to go from I to something else. Uh, a good destination would be to go from I to soul. If you follow what you love, because you love it, that's where your passion is. And following that passion, we start to understand that in some sense we are a creator by being in the creative edge, which is in the moment. And all this tends to pull us out or make us very diffuse or just keeps moving around to the point that we can't focus, because focus in the moment, here and now, is crucial. Osensei, one of the recent things we talked about was Nen, the actual feel sense of. So that one-pointed focus, you can call it calm, whatever, is crucial to being a creator. If you practice, okay, the way has both spiritual and physical aspects, and you to unify the two elements. We can get too busy with just the outer physical, or conversely get a little too abstract with the spiritual, so that the balance in the moment of both of those is crucial. If you practice the inner spiritual art as well as the physical art, you will perceive the clear, bright light of the teaching. So it says you must train in both the physical and the spiritual dimensions. The spirit projects beams of light. Physical Bu, or martial, emerges from spiritual Bu and gives substance to the arts of a sword and strategy. Right there, he's kind of saying, in some sense, that the spiritual does precede the physical. It's light direction. They evolve, and a beautiful environment can be established on solid scientific principles. Train to make the world peaceful, and the spiritual and physical aspects of Bu will surely unite. So, there's a lot there. we talk about making this a peaceful world, but to some degree that has to come from a feeling of peace inside. And to some degree, we're looking for that peace. Well, to some degree, I think he's really saying you have to create that peace inside you to create a beautiful world out there, or be in the process with other people of creating that beautiful world. So, the sense of everything being in the moment. The cutting edge of creation is in the present moment, not for what we aspire to or what has happened before. And so that becomes an important one. And he talks about things like the floating bridge of heaven. I guess what it would be is like, we can aspire to the floating bridge of heaven, but the floating bridge of heaven, to some degree, we have when we are here and now and are in this moment taking responsibility for being a creator. Going back to our more original state of soul, or to some degree our goddesshood. So anyway, let me go around on that a little bit more, but I'm going to put this here, and we will okay, that should work. I thought what we might do today is just take a little bit of time to I get busy learning. For example, this motion, I tend to hold and create a long end and a short end, okay? If I hold in the middle, for example, this is a shrine stick I bought at the Nachi waterfall in 2014. So I like that because this end is kind of like a spear. Okay? If I hold in the middle, it's real difficult when you're doing all these moves you don't want to poke yourself with a sharp spear point, but if you hold long end is the spear point, then you see you have a point of reference, and you make the changes more from the short end. And here, what we're doing is just what we call I call them the fire-water changes. All right? Boom, boom, boom. Figure 8. Okay? Thumb up, thumb down, thumb up, thumb down. All right? Thumb down, thumb up, thumb down, thumb up. Thumb up, thumb down. And all through that, the long end is pointed. I have a sense of it because it's the long end is the sharp end. And for example, here, so what I'd like you to do, if you're not, just pick up something, hopefully, because we do some movement, you have something. Boom, 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 Now, what I'm doing right there is mixing this with a figure 8 and this. See, what I can do with a figure 8 is I can go this way. I want to go the other way. I have to stop it and go the other way. But the figure 8 allows me just simply to keep moving without stopping. I can make the changes. Okay. And again, the long end is always if we were working the spear, the pointed end. Boom. Okay? Now, there are movements that we learn a little bit. For example, like a cutting motion, cutting motion. It's okay. I have housemates, so they have their own stuff, and I'm kind of taking the, you know, boom, 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 boom. Okay, so right here, the thrusting motion can lead to a cutting motion. That cutting motion can be done on either side. Good. Okay. Okay. Now what we've done a little bit is say that thumbs away, ikkyo. Thumbs facing, nikkyo. Thumbs facing you, sankyo. Yonkyo is the same hand position, but instead of more of an out, yonkyo is more of a settle, weight under, depth down motion. Okay? And gokyo is this position, which, you know, is very good for, I'm going to go from here to a figure eight. It's hard to go from here. Well, you can go figure eight. You actually go figure eight off of any of the movements. We're here. Boom, boom, boom. All right. But you might try it a little bit. For example, ikkyo, you can figure eight off of that. Okay? And I still keep conscious of what would be the spear point by having a long end. Okay? Figure eight that way. All right? Be harder to figure eight here, but you can. Boom. Got this position, you can figure eight. Okay, now here, for example, the Sankyo position, you can figure eight with the backhand. I can't do that here. I guess Nikkyo, but Sankyo, I can figure eight this way. Boom. Yonkyo is not boom, boom, boom. It's more. Boom. And Gokyo, here, figure eight, boom, 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 boom. So, part of just being able to, for example, that's a cutting motion other side. Now, from Nikkyo, figure eight, fire water change, boom, 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 change to Sankyo, boom, 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 boom. Okay, so just. Now off of that, you can do a thrusting motion, covering motion, cutting motion, but you can be back to the figure eight. Now here, for example, you can thrust back, go forward, thrust back, go forward, turn. If a whole circle of people are coming at you, that's a sharp spear point, they might be reluctant to come at you, and then you, boom. Boom, boom, boom. So, just... Now, off of what Osensei was saying, there's a certain amount where we are learning. First change, second change, third change, fourth change, fifth change. Okay? Boom, boom. Thumb up. Thumb down, thumb up, thumb down, thumb down, thumb up, thumb down, thumb up. Boom. Figure eight, first change. Okay, second change, figure eight, boom, boom. First change, cut. Boom, boom. So after a while, just allowing that movement to happen, you start to allow the movements to happen through you. And in a sense, when you're in that particular place, instead of doing the movements, allowing the movements through you, you're creating the movements in the moment. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? I mean, we don't have a partner, but somebody's coming to push you or grab you. You move to this position. But you may also move over here. Boom. Boom. Over here, take the arm. Somebody stands up unexpectedly, adjust and do any mini noggin movement. Okay? Now the movements are codified usually in class, you know, where you're doing ikkyo and ikkyo. We give a name to them and that's what we're practicing. But Osensei's Takemusu, learning the movements. Yeah, there's a certain learning that happens, but in the case of boom, 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 double rotation. And so as you start to do that, again, that place where you're allowing the movements to come through, you're actually, to some degree, creating those movements to come through you. Boom, 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 boom. And keeping the long end as the sharp point, we don't lose track. Here, when I start to spin right here, I lose track because it starts to go quick, which is the sharp spear point. Boom, 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 boom. And to me, these movements, if, for example, somebody's coming in, it's like boom, boom. One, could be somebody behind, somebody over there, boom. Somebody coming in, block, enter, boom. There's an area where, you know, you can do this strictly just to enjoy the movement, but there's also boom, there's also a boom, boom. Maybe the sense, boom, there's martial function, somebody comes from behind. Sweeping to cover yourself, boom. Moving outside the circle of attackers. So, you can also play martial function. Boom, boom. Those movements, for example, one, set, do the next one. One in, boom. See, ideally, there's no set in the movements. Boom, 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 boom. Thrust there, cut, take here, boom, 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 boom. And as you continue to do that, you're in an energy flow. Osensei said left and right are like Izanagi, Izanami on that floating bridge. Okay? And so, to some degree, you know, if you, Izanagi, Izanami are not necessarily names of mythical things out there. They're actually in our own physical being. Boom, 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 oh, boom, 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 oh, 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 oh. So as we're continuing to move, now we've done some work with the chakra, but your own motion. And then we check. For example, my body feels looser, more relaxed, but focused. Mind is, say, it's getting out of the way. It's supposed to I. Mind is just boom, 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 boom. If you happen to drop it, it doesn't hit with a thud. There's an aliveness to it, okay? Because a life force is flowing through you. Boom. And the old Star Wars, may the force be with you, okay? But when the I takes it over, it's like the force gets locked out. So, you know, it kind of works almost, we work against ourselves. Boom, 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 boom. My mind clears. Phone in the other room. I'm just going to let it go, okay? Let me check it. Oops. It's usually a telemarketer. I'll check it after the class is over. But just this motion, for example, here. We were working a little bit Monday, breath. Osensei kind of was talking about in breath, square, out breath, circle. In breath, square, fire. Out breath, water, circle. And one of the things that Kishomaru, the second doshu Osensei's son, talks about is that there was a kototama method of breath. And I think Osensei was kind of referring to that when he was doing that. But, you know, in breath, fire, square, out breath, water, circle. Fire, square, earth, out breath, water, heaven. And so that gives rise to what he calls cosmic breath, which to some degree I think cosmic breath is creation. Boom, 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 boom. And fire, water also represent izonagi, izonami. So the movements, to some degree, are as they start to happen through you. In some sense, they're being created through you, by these forces inside you. Your izonagi, izonami, your fire, water, your in-breath, out-breath. You as more of this cosmic breath. Boom, boom, boom. So for that reason, I kind of enjoy kind of just doing these movements. Boom, boom. Not an idea. Okay, we're at the 12:30 mark, and what we've been doing lately has been kind of devoting the last 30 minutes to some Tai Chi. Okay, so we have a couple of people. That's good. That's very good. Okay, so, all right, good. Just checking in. See, Aikido tends to work a triangle. The Tai Chi, much of it is based on a more square motion. Okay, so for that reason, Aikidoists tend to always stand in a triangle. But people will tell you, even if you're doing something good, if you do the same movement all the time, it tends to wear you out. And so the Tai Chi movements are kind of a cross-training. Cliff made a real interesting observation because we were really talking about, you know, the shortcut. Okay, we're talking about fire, in, square, water, circle, out, right? Boom. And where's the triangle? And Cliff's observation was, oh, you're standing in a triangle. Boom. Boom. Okay? So there is a triangle. Triangle is this posture. Movement of the energies, water, fire, fire, water, but the triangle's here. Sadahadu kind of put it this way. He just said power is generated in a triangle. Boom. The square itself, get jammed, but boom. Oh, okay. Stephen Curry's shot. A square is a triangle to generate that motion. So, boom. The energy is fire, water. Boom. But the triangle's there. Now the Tai Chi triangle, Tai Chi has more of a square posture. But there's, in the discharge of energy, is triangular. Boom. Okay, and that's something that's covered more in what we call the joint hands. But let's review what we've done so far. So we're just starting here, breathing in and out. Toe turns in, ward off left. Hold the ball, right hand under. Push upward, left toe in.
Sensei?
Yes.
Is it possible to start your back facing us?
Yeah.
So it's easier.
Yeah.
My brain's not good enough to rotate you
Anyway,
fast enough.
We'll start this way, okay? Hold the ball from underneath. Keep the weight down on the right foot, left foot. Make sure right toe turns in. Now hold the ball right under. Keep the weight on the left. You're on the toe of the right foot, 30-degree step. Left foot turns in. Pull back. Press forward. And push. Now I'm going to have to move a little bit here. Turn the right toe in so the toes are 45-degree angles here. Okay. Left hand underneath holds a ball. Now this is the cross step. Left foot, as you shift the weight out to the left, turn the edge of the palm there and the right hand pushes down. 45-degree step. Grip the right fist as you put the weight there. Left hand's here. Yeah. Open the fist, step back. Repulse monkey. Let me shift positions here. Now, right hand under, toe here, but turn the weight. This is called slanting fly. Okay? So, what I'm going to do is You can just watch. I'm going to face this direction. Okay? Turn out the right foot. Shift the weight to the right. Left hand under. Heel toe step. Now keep the weight. See, I'm on the toes here. Okay? Right hand under. Push upward. Left foot turns in. Pull back. Press forward. And push. Now shifting the weight back. I'm going to turn the right foot in. The feet are 45 degrees that way. As I shift to the right, left hand's underneath holding a ball. This is the cross foot step. We don't want to cross too far over or just go here. All right, boom. As you shift the weight onto the left, turn right palm down, shoulder level. Left palm down, shoulder level. Right hand pushes down to about the waist. 45-degree step. Grip the right fist. This is forehead height. And keep the weight back on the right. Okay? This hand, okay, opens, comes in. Raise it. Don't just raise it, but see, I'm turning the wrist. Stepping back. This is called repulse the monkey. I'm going to turn that right foot in, keep the weight back. Now, turning to the right, I'm going to keep the weight back on the left foot. Right hand underneath. See, I'm on the toes here. Heel, toe. And this is called slanting flying. Nose tip height. Waist level. Straight. Okay? All right? So that's what we've covered so far. A couple of things. The stances are important. Okay, it's a slightly different method than the Aikido, but it does open the hips up. And in fact, the movements are done really slow. There's kind of a deep, deep, deep interior stretching. Okay, so from here, turning out, this is just the footwork. Keep the weight here. Don't stand up, put on the toes of his foot. Heel, toe, back foot turns toe in. Knee covers toe. Okay? And right here, see, I don't stand up, you're on the toes. Turn the waist, heel, toe. Turn that back foot in, knee covers toe. On the way back, turn that foot in, so toes are facing about 45-degree angles. Now, say the weight is shifted here. You don't stand up there. Cross. That's that cross foot step. If I go over, I lose my balance. If I go here, I'm just kind of walking, bow-legged, okay? 45, 30 is hard for people. 45 is easier. But there's still that shoulder width back there. Keeping the weight here. Heel, bimbo posture. Keep the weight back. If I go straight back, I'm showing the tightrope walk. Toe, heel, go back at a diagonal. This foot is in. And there's still that shoulder width there. It's a retreat step. Keep the weight back on the toes here. Turn the waist. Heel, toe. Back foot turns in. So knee should cover toe. Nose and navel here. And you still have some width between the feet. It's not a tightrope walk. Okay? So we're going to go through that one more time, and then we'll go through the movements for today. I'm checking time. Yeah, we're doing fine. Okay, and I'll face a variety of different directions. So I'll face this direction, okay? It's harder for me to keep online camera going that way. So that's why I kind of like to do facing here, okay? But go on, it's cool. Got housemates, okay? All right. So we'll try. Okay. So commencement of Tai Chi. Forward off left, make sure that toe turns in. Keep the weight back. And knee bent on the left. 30-degree step, push upward. Pull back. Press forward. And push. Now straighten the arms, but don't lock them. Turn. Toe in. Keep the knee bent. Shift the weight to the right. Left hand underneath, holding a ball. Cross step. As you shift the weight to the left, turn the palm down and push down with the right. 45-degree step. As you shift the weight on the right, grip the fist. And this is a dingbo posture with the heel touching. Open the fist, bring it to the side, rotate the wrist to ear level, step back. And one more move, I'll just shift to here. Keep the weight back, turn the waist, you're on the toes here. Right hand underneath. Slanting fly. Okay, so that's what we've covered so far. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move on, okay? I found that picture, slanting flying. This one right here. It's a picture of me in the East Hills of San Jose with this hoop that was right up against the wall, basketball, and I'm going like that. And it's, like basketball, Tai Chi, a finger roll, slanting, flying, slanting, flying. Okay? So anyway, let's, from here, from slanting, flying, what we're going to do is open the hands up a little bit, palms face down. This goes about ear level. This goes a little out. See, it's still waist level, but it's more out. Now here, so I'm going to raise up. I don't want to straighten the leg. Raise onto the toes. Put that back. Now we're facing 30 degrees, and this is called raised hands. I pick the foot up, set it down on the heel. This is the dingbo posture. Now facing this direction, about 30 degrees to the side, nose tip height, elbow level. See, the weight is primarily back, heel touching, but legs straight but not locked. Okay? Okay? Okay, as I'm doing that, I'm facing in about 30 to 45 degrees. Just onto the toes, but see, boom, there's motion possible. It's not a floating feeling. Okay. All right? And just for a second, we're going to review the dingbo posture. Heels together, toes out at 45 degrees. You must keep the knee bent. You can't do Tai Chi with your legs this way. But you also don't lock them to move. Easy floating feeling. Toe straight ahead, distance between the knees, thumb to index finger. Toe. Now, heel. Toe goes straight ahead, but heel no more than an inch up. Don't do this, or just be flat-footed right there. Heel. Okay? So, raised hands is the Dingbo toe position. So let's go through that again. I'll do it this direction, then I'll turn around. Okay? Now, so, slanting flying to raised hands. From raised hands, right hand holds the ball from underneath. Put your feet down. Your feet are 45-degree angles parallel. See that knee stays bent? Now here we're on the toes of a left foot, so this is a left dingbo. Push down with the left, it winds up to the side. Raise as it clears forehead, turn right palm away. As I turn that right palm away, I pick up and set down the toes. When I do that, I don't want to do that, obviously. So as you turn the right palm away, pick up and set down the toes. It's like boom. There's balance there, okay? So let's do that again. Lower, set the foot down, push down with the left, raise the right, and as right clears the forehead, okay? Now here, not directly over, see the midline of the body? This hand protects this side of the body. This hand protects this side of the body, so you don't want to do that. Okay? So, I'll do it from this angle. Okay? So, raised hands, stork spreads its wings. Okay? So let's go from slanting flying stork spreads its wings. Okay, and we'll go facing this direction. Raised hands. Stork spreads its wings. Okay? And we're going to do just one more move today. And that move is called left brush knee and twist step. So, frontal view. Turn the right palm up. Going to lower the right hand to waist level. Going to raise the left, bring it to about nose tip or ear level. Left across. Now on this side of the body, left down, you're going to raise the right, but you're going to rotate. Ear level, nose tip height. And rotate the hip. Take a 30-degree step. This is. Brush knee, twist step. Nose tip height. This brushes, you don't touch the knee, but and this winds up at the side. Arm. You see how there's a circle here as opposed to all. Now you can straighten the arm, but it's like a large circle. It's not locked. For most of the Tai Chi movements, you'll see a circle in the motion. Okay, so again, I'll try it from this direction. Now, try it from this direction. And we'll try it from this direction. Okay. Brush knee and twist step. Brush knee and twist step. Okay, left side. Okay. Slanting flying. Raised hands. Stork spreads its wings. Left. Brush knee. And twist step. Here, nose and navel face the direction of the left knee and toe. I'll try it from the other direction. Okay. Okay, all right. So that's the lesson for today. We're actually making good progress. Again, I put these online so you can review, okay? The classes Master Choi taught were an hour, okay? Here, we're doing in about a half hour. We're covering the material, but you can go back and look at this. There's also some online stuff that I've posted that actually goes into more detail, okay? So, we'll try this from a variety of different angles. We'll go from the beginning, okay? And remember, relax the chest, breathe naturally, breathe like you're a baby. Breathing to here, not here or here. Commencement of Tai Chi. Ward off left. I may have to move to stay in front of the camera. Push upward, right side. Make sure the toe turns in, back foot. Pull back. Press forward. And push. Now I'm going to move a little bit so I stay in camera. Shift the weight back, arms straighten but don't lock. Turn the right foot in. Shift the weight to the right, lower, left hand, you're holding a ball. Cross. This is fist. Under. Elbow. Now I'm going to move a little bit more. Open the right fist, bring it to the side. Now you rotate the wrist as you raise it, ear level. And you're going to step back, retreat step, toe heel, repulse the monkey. And I'm going to also reposition here. Keep the weight back. You're on the toe of the right foot. You're holding a ball, right hand under. Step, heel, toe. Hands brush, separate. Slanting, flying. Now today's lesson. Keep the weight. Keep the right knee bent. Heel. Raised hands. Right hand under, holding a ball. Stork spreads its wings. Turn the palm upright. Raise the left. Goes across about nose hip height. Right hand goes down to waist level. Now, left hand sweeps, right hand about nose tip, ear level, 30-degree step. left brushed hand twisting. Okay, and yeah, we're going to do that with me facing the other direction. That's harder for me to keep in the camera though, okay? So that's one of the reasons I face the camera, but we'll try it this way. Okay. Commencement. Ward off left, toe in, right hand underneath, right foot toe, weight back on the left, push upward, pull back, press forward, and push. Shifting the weight back, turn, weight back on the right, cross with the left, left hand's underneath, now shift the weight to the left, form fist, under, elbow. Open the right hand, bring it here, palm up, now turn the wrist as you raise to ear level, step back, toe heel, but diagonal so we have width. And I'm going to position here, pulse monkey, right hand goes underneath, now you're on toes, turn, step, slanting, flying. Okay, checking my position, keep the weight on the right foot, knee bent, on the toes of the left, raised hands, right hand holds the ball, right foot down, toes facing 45, both feet. Now shift the weight to the right. Stork spreads his wings. And left brush knee and twist it. Okay? What? So, okay. I think what we'll do is, that'll be it for the Tai Chi. What I'm in the process of doing is taking just the Zoom lessons we're doing, putting them together. I think I'll put the first 3 together on one. I'll edit them, and I'll put it online. The stuff I put online has more detail in it. But for whatever reason, we cover much more ground here in just a half hour, okay? Okay, so anyway, let's, I thought what I'd do is just go back and maybe we can see if we can get a little discussion going. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to take a second or two and rehydrate. Just a question. Any feedback on the Tai Chi? Are people able to follow it through the Zoom at all? Anybody? Dorian.